first thing we're going to do is just create our grid system with Beautify. So in the page here on the grid, if you go down here where it says grids, or just search for grids here, and if you scroll down to where you see this red one here, that's the one I'm gonna use, because it's just what I want for in this case, so as easy as possible. So I'm just gonna grab all the information, oops, not all that information, but from container start to container end here, right? So copy those, go to your Visual Studio Code and go to your products. And here inside the templates, we're just gonna paste this in and really quickly save and go to the browser and see if this one works. So woo, we got this one right. But what I just want to use is the one with 3 rows here, because that's close to what I want. So I'm just gonna delete the other ones where it's from, let's see where we want to start and delete. And we just want to start from layout here, end layout, to this layout, remove those, and this layout to this layout. So you should have this one where it says row, and you have 1, 2, 3. So like this. This should be all the code you have right now. And that also works, as I can see, I have them right here. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Right, just want to make some small adjustments to this. Instead of content fluid up here, we're gonna do grid list -sm, so small. So let's check what this does. And if you didn't refresh it before, once you get to a certain point, it flips out. And also this creates the space between each of these blocks, right? So if you add more, you can add this, so MD, more space between, right? So this is what this one does. That's the first one. I also want to create a row wrap here on the next layout. So let's see what this does, if it does anything right now. So scale down, still nothing, it's still the same, because whatever. And then the flex part here, we have quite a few of those. We're just gonna focus on one because we were gonna repeat it. So we fixed one, and then at some point we'll delete the other 2. So the flex row here is right now set to access and ordering. So as you can see, it says 3, 1, 2. We don't really care, so delete that. And inside the flex, we're just gonna do XS12. And we're going to give it a class, so we're going to attach some margin to this. And whoops, not that one. And I can zoom a little bit maybe, and there we go. And what we want to add to this one is just margin bottom -2 size. So let's do this. Awesome, right? So this looks weird now, and that's because they're 2 different things. So if we just copy this to the other 2, then it should look the same. But again, this is not really needed, but for sake of appearance, then this is cool. So this is what it looks like now. But we kind of need right now it's just, I forgot something. So XS12, oh, I want to keep it, so 3 columns, right? So right now it's just doing 1 column for the total class. So we need to use SM4, and again, we need to go to the 12. So let's copy this for all of those, and here, save, refresh. And now it works. So once we get to the small screen, it goes in rows. That's much better. Awesome. Right, and also I'm just going to create a, like I have here, I want to create this one up here with the top destinations, and that's the next part I just want to have above these 3 here. So let's create inside our row, let's create another flex real quick. Flex, and this one we just want to go from edge to edge, and let's also add some margin here, class, this is actually where I wanted it, I think, the MB2, but doesn't matter. And in this one we're just going to create a H1 class, and we're going to put some top 10 destinations. I don't know what I want, destinations, there we go. And we want to style this a little bit with more of our Beautify, so add a class. And again, you don't have to do this if you don't want to add all this style, but I want to add the cyan, -2 text, and again, you can find this on Beautify's documentary. I don't want to say that. Documents, docs, there we go. And weight, -light. So this should create this blue one here. Cool. And I just also want to add a divider button. So we can actually see that's called divider, like this. Oops, remember to start it correctly. And we also need to end this, so divider. Excellent. So let's see if this works. Woo, we have this one here. Close to this one. Right, that's awesome. Way to go. So we're just going to continue style the card here, down here, what we need. And I used cards in my one over here to do this. So let's go to Beautify and cards. And again, this under UI components. And it's not this one because I have the text up here. So let's scroll down to media with text. This is the one I want. So just click the view source and let's grab the card that starts from here and goes to here. So I'm copying this and going back to my Visual Studio Code. And right now it just says card here, text. So I'm just gonna delete that and paste this in here. Hopefully this looks pretty once I go back to this. And we have this. So the image doesn't work, but that's fine. But right now we have the information I want. So kind of similar to this, we just need to style a little bit, right? Alrighty, let's do that. We just want to go down, if this is the top of your card, go down here where you have Whitehaven Beach, just delete that line. Don't really want it in this case. And here we're just going to switch out the button. So right now it states share, and we kind of want a price in here. So actually we don't want a button on this one. So let's just create a span. And in the first one, we just want to have a price, and then I'm going to create another span, if I can type that right, like so. And in here we just want, so we have a difference like I have here, go here, so we have here, so a little bit thinner in the text, right? Oops, let's go back to this code here, and what we want to add here is the price. So that could be like, let's just go manually, 7,000 Danish kroners. And we just want to style this inside this one. So we're going to add a class because we're doing Beautify, and then we're going to do font weight. You can also just, if you want to do this with your CSS, that's fine, but let's do this. So hopefully this changes right in a moment, and it does nothing because I typed something wrong. Let's see, this looks right. Let's save again. Fresh. Oh, now it works, but right now we can see this doesn't fit anymore. So we need to add some padding to this one down here. It's because we switched from the button, right? So let's just go to the card action here, and let's do a class, and let's add some padding all around with 3. Save, go back, and now it fits again. Woo! Now the button over here, again, is in this case I put it over at this side. So let's make the explore and just change this to by, and let's make this go to the other side instead. First one thing I want to do, between these two I want to use the spacer here, the v-spacer, like so, and that's going to use up remaining space between these two elements, so like we do up with the navigation here, and that's really the only thing I need to do this. Awesome, so now we have the button here, but mine is blue I think. So blue and white text, that's easy to fix as well. So we just need to change the color here to cyan. That's the first one. That makes it the blue color. There we go. But I want it to be the text white and the button blue. So I'm going to use the dark in this case. So flip them around and hopefully almost there. What would you need to put? Oh, we don't want the flat one. That's going to remove the color. So there we go. So now we have the button. Now this is kind of almost set up, right? Awesome. So what else do we need here? Text, but we'll start that later. Yeah, so this is for the product, and in the next video we're just going to quickly do the detail page for that. See you in the next one.